look how good this looks. I mean, you'd almost think this thing was mini tubbed, but it's not. So yeah, the fitment came out amazing. I did have to do a little bit of clearancing on the inside, right over on this side on both wheel tubs. So I mean, that's no big deal. The only thing I may do different than the way it sits right now is I may actually lengthen the wheelbase just a touch, because you can see, I mean, I can barely fit my hand here, but I can fit my hand all the way in here. Okay, so I may just lengthen the wheelbase just a touch, which will give me a little more clearance up front. That could possibly be the reason why it was rubbing a little bit, but I wanted to clearance it anyway because, you know, the tire grows a little bit as you're going down the track. So, I mean, yeah, look how much I can get it tucked up in there. You can really see. So this is going to help me out with a lot of different things too. Number one, let's go into the car. I'll show you. We can, at this point, I don't have any springs in it yet. I'm just basically going through the suspension. And oh yeah, I didn't mention, I made the caliper brackets and welded those to the tubes. Those came out pretty good. And yeah, everything runs really smooth. Both sides, you see it right there. So I didn't make a video on that just because, I don't know, kind of boring to just make a bracket and weld it on. But yeah, the housing came out really nice. So anyway, back to what I was saying, being able to get the wheel up into the wheel well a little more is going to help me be able to choose other, you know, spots here on the lower control arms. Now, keep in mind that this is a very unique situation because I don't run coilovers yet. I may in the future, but right now we don't. So in order to adjust my lower control arm, I have to adjust my spring height. Okay, so I do have like an assortment of springs that are cut at different lengths, so somewhere over there. So let's say we move it down here. This is about a 1/2 inch to this hole. Okay, I would need a spring that is a little bit longer. Okay, about a 1/2 inch longer. So, but I may be able to, now that I can get the wheel up into the well further, okay, I might be able to use the same spring and move it down a hole, okay, which will really help my ride height and the geometry going on here. Okay, I've already started, you know, kind of doing my baseline suspension deal, what I like to do, and pretty much I have as much angle on the top bar as possible, okay, and as much as I can get down here with the ride height I'm working with. Okay, so I haven't, like I said, I haven't installed the springs yet. So once I install the springs, I'll know exactly where we can move the lower control arm to. So pretty much, I'm just trying to max it out, and then you know, get it to separate as much as possible. So as you can see how much the bar is angled down. Okay, so if we put our gauge on here to see what angle it is, and then we go ahead and you jack it up, we'll jack up, or I'm sorry, not jack it up, but lower it. So I'll go ahead and lower it. So you see how we're lowering this down and the bar is straightening. Okay? So now once you hit level, say right in this area, you see how it's level now? So that's pretty much where you run out of your mechanical advantage on the separation. So that is where it's going to separate. Okay, down track it should separate that much, or on the launch. Okay, because that bar's level, it can't go any further. The top bar, that's it. That's the limit. Okay, so if you want to get max extension, you got to get this bar angled down quite a bit. I forget what the degree is. I think it was like 10, or between 10 and 13, or this one's 10 and this one's 13. I don't remember exactly what. Maybe in a future video I'll go over what exactly my bar angles are. But the thing is, I don't want to do that yet because things are going to change. Once we put weight on the front of the car, it's going to bring the front of the car down, and that changes things, okay? Keep that in mind. Whenever you change weight in the car, if you move weight around, it changes the geometry, okay? You have to go back and take a look at what your settings are and all that, and you may have to make adjustments, okay? Because your instant center changes. So anyway, yeah, this is pretty much where we are. This is just going to be a short video. I just wanted to kind of go over exactly. And what I'll do is I'll take let me take one of the wheels off so I can show you guys just how much you have to kind of clearance it on the inside so you can get that look, okay? You know, without having to mini tub your car. So let me take it off and we'll take a look. All right, so here's what I was talking about. We got the wheel off and this was the only spot where it actually rubbed. So as you can see, if I lengthen my wheelbase just a little bit, it's gonna pull it away from this. But I went ahead and clearanced it and got it real nice and smooth, and I'm gonna go ahead and just paint that. And you can see I did that all around this whole thing. This is all beat in, okay? I don't know if you can tell, but this is all beat in, about a 1/2 inch. And then I just went ahead and painted it. So if you're gonna do this, okay, I cut exactly a 1/2 inch off each side. The axles are, when I ordered them, they came out to, if you're doing a spool, okay, the axles came out to, I believe it was 26 and 27. So 26 on the passenger side and 27 on the passenger side and 26 on the driver's side. The driver's side's a little shorter because they engage, a spool engages a little bit different than a regular, you know, a stock 8.8 diff. It engages different. So you get more, the splines are closer on this side for some reason. Okay, I don't know why, but you basically have to, whenever you call Strange or Mosier or whatever, you got to tell them what the center of your pinion out to the edge of your flange. Okay, and then they go ahead and calculate the size you need. And what ended up happening was it was 26 and 27. But anyway, that's just kind of some advice if you guys are planning on doing this. But like I said, it's a 1/2 inch off. The wheels are 8-inch wheels with a 5.5 inch backspace. Your basic Fox body. If you ask anybody in the world, you know, that's the Fox body size is 8-inch, 5.5 inch backspace, 10-inch, 6.5 inch backspace. So I'm probably going to go ahead and take the tires off this and send these out to get bead locked. Probably just a single bead lock on the front. Okay, so it'll help the tire from moving, although I don't think it would move even if I left it like that. But better safe than sorry, and plus it looks good too. So, and that will actually add just a touch of width to the wheel, which we do have plenty of room out here. So, and I also, you know, I know people like to roll their fenders. These are cut, okay? These are cut as close as I could get them. So, I mean, I could go probably just a little bit more, but yeah, and then just make sure you use some seam sealer, because once you cut these, there's gonna be a crack, okay? There'll be a gap. I just use seam sealer all along the inside of that edge, and then when I painted the car, I just went and just painted it underneath. So yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that and show you what I had to do to get it to fit, but it fits good. And like I said, in the future, we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys some settings and where we're gonna set this up. But we gotta things are changing. We're using a mid plate now. I mean, the position of the motor didn't really change. I was able to change the angle a little bit to get a better angle, because right now we're tilted down 3 degrees. Okay, you want to get as close to 0 as possible with your drive shaft, but we are actually pointed down -3 degrees. So then it's going to be coming up, and then the pinion is going to be in relation to the drive shaft. It's going to be like -3, 3.5. Okay, that's a pretty good starting point to get that nice good extension. Okay. So that's just a little bit of information, but yeah, so that's where we are. Just wanted to give you guys a little update, show you what it looked like with the wheels on it after we did the rear end. So anyway, guys, short video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Check you all later.